I will record the interview and send them later.
Yeah.
And we will walk through the questions. Okay. And the first question is, what is the foundations on which your software is built, and or the methodology to calculate the LCA with your software?
So the methodology that we use is Recipe 2016 Midpoint. You will find more about it online, and it's a pretty open methodology. And in terms of on what the software is built, it is SEMA Pro. I can put it on screen if that's easier. So SEMA Pro is an LCA software, and it's one of, let's say, one of the first ones that started in 1980, also in the Netherlands. So it is a widely accepted, very popular. People use it not just for textiles, but also agriculture, for buildings, for cars, etc. So our software is built on this, or let's say our tool is built on this, and the methodology that I was telling you about is here. So if you read this document, you will know more about the methodology.
Okay. Is it in Dutch?
Yeah, there is also another document. This is a shorter version of the long document. And basically, yeah, you will get most of the information that you need from here.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And the next question is, what are the key steps involved in conducting an LCA for 100% polyester glove using your software?
Okay. So first of all, BioWare has two solutions. One is called BioWare Advanced and one is called BioWare Expert. And LCAs can be made very complex, very detailed. So one LCA can sometimes take 6 months to 1 year, and it also costs, let's say, 10,000 to 20,000 euros. And what we have tried to do with SEMA Pro here, with BioWare Score, is we said, okay, in companies, people don't have time to do these calculations in 1 year because you have 100 products in a company. So imagine if you're spending 6 months on one product, then you're wasting a lot of money. You're also wasting a lot of time. So what we did is, let me put it on screen. We have two solutions now, advanced and expert. And in advanced, what we basically do is on the background of our tool, we have certain data saved. So if you say, okay, gloves, you can just pick a scenario from there and make a calculation in minutes. But if you say, no, I want to make it more detailed, I would like to go to my company, I would like to collect how much heat is used, how much steam is used, or how much renewable energy is used. So if you want to really go into depth of what is the kilowatt hours, etc., then you use the expert solutions. So to walk you over the fastest one, let's say, the most important steps I would say are mentioned here on the left. So what is the product itself, which you said is a polyester glove? What is the composition? You said it's polyester. What is some detail about the yarn? So what is the yarn count? What is the spinning? And then the fabric production, manufacturing, production locations, and transportation. So that's the most important things, and you can leave out the use phase and end of life.
Okay.
For your product. And I can walk you over this now. Would you like me to go into it in detail now?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. So let's say we are, what was the name of your company again?
Gemarco.
Yeah.
Gemarco. Gemarco. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just give it a name, and here you put in the product weight. Let's say your gloves weight. Do you know the product weight?
I think about 100 gram.
Okay. So we put that in, and here if you want to put some description, you can put it. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. No worries. If you have a color or whatever, you can put in. Okay, this is the color, and
The glow makes from two different colors, like the green yarn and the white yarn. And I'm not sure if it's the same yarn construction.
okay, then that's something for you to green and white. You said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But this is just to. This is not helping in calculation, but this is just descriptive.
Description, yeah.
Say, and you can search. I'm not sure if there is a glove here. Yeah, there is a glove polyester. We can choose whichever you like, and I will choose the one from miscellaneous because your glove is not an active wear sportswear glove, but it's a cleaning glove, right?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would choose from miscellaneous. Here you put in polyester fiber, and you said there are two yarns, so I'm going to put it in twice. And if you look at the drop down menu here, you have everything. So you also have post consumer recycled products, and you have, if you need a coating or lamination, everything is on the drop down list.
So do you have the polyester recycled fiber there?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So PET fibers, there is chemically recycled, extrusion recycled. There are different kinds.
Yeah. Nice.
So when you're making, for example, a comparison, so once you do this for your main product, and you have to do it again if you're making a comparison product.
Yeah.
So then you can enter recycled or whatever.
Okay.
And here you need to mention. So you're saying there are two yarns. You have to mention what is the percentage of the green yarn and what is the. I'm roughly putting in numbers here. Because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I just put, okay, the green is 40 and this is 60, but you can check. And you can add up to 5 fibers if you want to add different types of fibers or whatever. And here you can mention the yarn count. And since yours is a polyester, I'm assuming like 100 denier, that's like a standard. So 100 denier is, you can use, if you want to convert the yarn count, there is a link here. You can click on the link and it will lead you. Oh, sorry, not this one. Oh, the yarn count converter is not linked anymore. Okay. Yarn count converter. So you can use any online yarn count converter, and if you say 100 denier is my yarn count, you can convert it. And the value that we need for be aware, it says NM here. So you have to go back here and you have to pick the NM value and say 90. So we come back and write 90 here. And then we say, okay, that was 40% for one color, and maybe the other one is, I'm just putting in 80 nm because I'm not sure. And
I'm sorry, NM, what does it mean? Nanomet or
number metric.
number of metric?
Yeah, it's a conversion used in textiles.
Okay, but what does it mean? Why number of metrics?
So when you look at most of the synthetic yarns, you in the market they always denote it in 100 denier, and when you're looking at ring spun cotton yarns or linen yarns or natural fibers, that you will always get in the market in NE. And because now our tool also has to take yarn counts in cotton and polyester and whatever, here sometimes people have, let's say, a cotton polyester blend, and then to enter one value in denier and one value in NE, we cannot make a calculation correctly. So what we did is we said we're going to use number metric, and number metric is I think it's the length of the yarn in 1 kilogram. So number metric in textiles. So there are.
What is the number of metric in textile?
Yeah, so yarn count meaning, and it says NM. So NM is basically the length in meters per unit weight. So if you look at the same thing, number metric, so length in meters by weight in grams. If you look at denier, So it is the mass in grams per 9,000 meters. And that's difficult. With number metric, it's just the length by the weight. But here it is 9,000 meters of fiber. So it's very difficult to put it on the tool and make a calculation. And that's why we go with number metric.
Okay.
So I put this data in, and then we go on to the next section, which is indicating what is the spinning method. And since yours is a polyester, it can either be a monofilament or multifilament, unless it is broken down into staple yarns and then cut out. But I think it's either a mono or multi. I'm going to pick multifilament for both of them. And then what you do with it is the fabric, which you said is woven, right?
Yeah.
So there are different weaving options. You can either choose from weaving 3D, weaving airjet, projectile, rapier, and water jet. And I would go with weaving rapier, but it's good for you to check with your company what type of weaving it is.
Yeah.
And that's 100% of the product. So your product is fully woven. So if you have, for example, some other products where part of it is woven and part of it is knitted, you can add another fabric here. But I think for you, it's not needed. And then what you do here is, because you have two different yarns in two different colors, I think is one color light and one color dark, or are both colors
One in green and
medium?
one in white.
And is this yarn dyed, or is it like the glove is dyed?
The yarn dye, not the glove. The yarn
Okay,
dye.
so then what we do here is simple. We just say no pre-treatment, no dyeing and printing because it's done on the yarn stage. And then we go here with no color because this is for the fabrics, the dyeing for the fabrics, and we want to add data only for the yarn. Maybe when you have more data on this, email it to me and I can make a custom scenario for you where on the background we will add yarn dye.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you indicate what is the cutting waste generated. So when making a glove and when you're placing the pattern or whatever, how much waste is generated during the production. And if you say it's 10%, you put in 10%. The next thing, or you can even leave it blank. So if you don't know, just leave it blank, no worries. The tool is quite intelligent. If you leave something blank, there's no problem.
Oh, okay.
It will pick up the data from the background. So now if I do not indicate anything, then it's not going to pick up anything, but you can indicate this 10% of waste that is generated, is it being recycled or does the factory, let's say, incinerate it or do they send it to the landfill? So if you don't choose anything, then it chooses the worst case. And then you can otherwise also just skip this. If you have no data, just skip it. And then you can choose what is the product finish. So does it have a small, let's say, screen print, or was it washed in the end, or does it have garment dyeing, enzyme wash, embroidery, whatever. So if there is nothing, again, you can just leave it blank.
Why embroidery there? I'm so confused. Can you go back? Treatment.
Yeah, embroidery. Yeah.
The finished like it's about the finishing. I think embroidery not kind of finishing, but you list here as a kind of finishing.
Yeah, but it's, let's say, to reduce the number of steps and to make because otherwise you can make the textile supply chain very long. And we want people to do their calculations faster. So we say everything that's done after the product is made is a product finish, let's say.
Okay, yeah, understand. Thanks.
And then the most important part is if your company wants to really have a low impact or a good impact, then to say what is the percentage of renewable energy used in the company. Most people might use solar energy or whatever, and then you can indicate if, let's say, spinning is taking place in India, weaving is taking place in Bangladesh or whatever, you can indicate the renewable energy used in each factory if things are happening in different parts. Otherwise, you can just leave it blank. Yeah. Now I'm just going to say 50% here and 50% here. You can tell where your polyester is coming from. So let's say it's coming from, China.
No, it's from within European country, but I don't know exactly where it come from. But we just give
Okay, then you
another
can
country.
choose Europe because you don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And then let's say your spinning is also, where is it taking place?
In Europe, everything in Europe.
Okay. Final destination is Germany, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put in everything here. Here, what you can do is you can indicate the modes of transportation. So because it's Europe, I don't think there is a ship. I think there is only a truck
Yeah.
that you can add, and you can add different sizes of truck. And the bigger the truck, the better the impact, because a bigger truck can carry more products.
Yeah.
So your emissions are better. What you can do is we have a tool link here. You can just click on this and you can put exactly the distance from, I don't know where it's happening, to Germany. Let's say from Enschede to Germany, you can calculate the distance and it should give a value. Yeah. So here you will see that it is 56 kilometers something, and 56 plus 451 plus 316. So I'm going to put in 1,000 kilometers now roughly, because you and I just are doing it quickly. So if you have another mode of transportation, like a small van or whatever, you can choose that as well. And that's it. So you can just skip this one. Use phase is not important for your product because it goes to the consumer and you don't know how the consumer is really using it. And end of life also, I think your company does not collect back their gloves to recycle or whatever. So I don't think you would like to know this. So you can also just skip this. You can check everything you put in once, and you and I did it very quickly. So it's just a quick calculation. And this happens live. So as soon as you hit calculate, the BeAware tool makes a connection with the SEMA Pro software, and data is then picked up from there. And in a few seconds, you will have results. But there was one thing I wanted to mention, that all the results that you get here now are for 1 kilogram. Even though you put in 100 grams of product weight, we report the results in 1 kilogram because it's just easier. So you can always translate 1,000 grams to 100 grams. It's easier to bring it down, right?
Yeah.
What you see here on these dials is, I told you that on the background we have some information like data. And those data are really the worst case. Let's say to make a glove, this is the highest impact you can have. So based on the data we entered here, our product stands somewhere here. So it's not on the worst case. So it's really, the impact is not bad, let's say. But this is also because there is no yarn dyeing added at the moment. So if you give me data, I will add it on the background and then you can make this calculation. You can read here about the methodology. So recipe 2016 midpoint methodology is used, and there is some data on it. To look at this table here, we report on global warming, fossil energy, water, and land use, even though there are 16 impact indicators. So if you look at the recipe methodology, there are 18 midpoints, sorry, not 16, but 18 midpoint indicators. But some of them are to do with ecotoxicity and marine life and etc. And we think that knowing that value is not going to help you. But if you know your global warming, you can reduce it. But if you know, let's say, how much impact you're doing on ocean life, you're not going to go to the ocean and fix it. So we just report on things that we think the company can work on or minimize, let's say. So these are our four main ones, and the results are reported per supply chain step. So it helps you understand, okay, in the fiber materials, this is high or low, or are dyeing and finishing, this is high or this is low. So yeah, this separation really helps you understand where the highest impact lies. But we do not help at the moment with the report here. We do not help in telling, okay, is this high or low? Is it good or bad? We don't do that. You can download this report down here, and if you open it, you will basically have a PDF version of this thing. It gives you your product weight that you entered, and in 1 kg you will have 10 gloves, let's say. It makes the calculation for you. And you will also have your primary data, so that you don't forget tomorrow that, oh, I made this calculation but I don't remember what was the yarn count I put in, or I don't remember. So you have everything saved here, and it always stays on your portal. So you can, this is your main dashboard. It will always show here with your main results. And if you want to download it again, you can go on to your name. It will always, so you can keep downloading it multiple times. And yeah, last thing about the tool, if you're making a calculation and you don't know some data, you can also just stop it anywhere in between. So you don't have to really finish it. And if you click on play here, it starts from where you left off, and you can always stop it again and collect more data and get back. So you don't have to finish one calculation in one go. But if you say, I have more data, I would like to do more precise calculations, then there is the BioWare Expert. Would you like me to just show you how it is?
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay. One moment. I'm opening the file. So these calculations that we do on BioWare Expert are still manual. So it's not fully on the portal. It's not fully automated. So when you give me information, I will make these calculations and email back the results to you. And it's basically the same data that we asked for. Oh, it says I can't share my screen. Can I leave the meeting and get back again?
Yeah, okay.
Do you see my screen now?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like I said to you, in fibers and yarns, let me just take an example. I'm not going to walk you through everything because it's quite big and quite detailed. It's like really full LCA. So let's say fiber and yarns. You said you have 2 yarns, so you just put that 2 in here. And it could be that inside one yarn, it is a blend of cotton and polyester. So sometimes there is also elastane inside the core, whatever. So you can put in the different types of fibers that are there inside one yarn, and you can indicate if one of them or both of them are recycled or not recycled. And you can indicate, if you say it is recycled, you can say, okay, it was recycled in whatever, Asia, Europe, whatever. What was the percentage of grid energy used? So in Europe, I would say mostly it's grid energy. And you can also then indicate, was it how many kilowatt hours? You can also indicate the renewable energy and say how much kilowatt hours. Again, here, energy usage, it can be different type of energy. Natural gas, oil, wood is used, and you can indicate what is it in megajoules. Steam also, you can say, again, oil, wood, pick options. You can say, okay, it's so much in kgs. And if you have like a specific amount of water that is used, you can also enter that in liters. So when you fill in this data and send it to us, we will make this calculation and send you back the results. But it is quite in depth. So you can see this is only for yarns. Spinning, it goes, oh, frozen. Again, it goes into depth again. You can choose if the yarn is bleached, is it dyed, is it plied, or it is a non-plied yarn. There is also yarn finishing. For example, if you have for sweat resistance, some people have like these wicking properties and some things added on the yarn. So you can also indicate yarn finishing. In finishing, it goes even more into depth. If you have a coating, you can indicate like the wet coating applied, the weight of dry coating applied, what is the dye class of your dyes, is it dispersed dye, whatever. But this is really into depth, and only if you have so much data from your company, I would recommend to go with this solution.
Okay.
Because this is like a real full LCA, let's say.
Very detailed.
Yeah. I answered one of your questions in like so long. Sorry.
Yes, it's very helpful. And you have just solved a lot of questions, like how does your software calculate impacts such as carbon footprint, water consumption, and energy uses for polyester-based products. You have just told me already on the software.
Yeah.
And my next question is, what type of data inputs are required to perform LCA for polyester glove? So you have just shown me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And does your software provide built-in data sets, or do user need to collect data from suppliers?
So the data that I asked you to collect, for example, what type of weaving, what is the yarn count, those are the data you can collect from the suppliers. And for the background, polyester is set in our tool. So polyester will have 5 kg CO2 impact. That's all. If you want to change, like let's say you say, no, my polyester, maybe the 5 kg CO2 is the polyester coming from China, and I'm not using that polyester. My company is making some different type of polyester, let's say. Then you have to use this expert and you have to really tell me, okay, this is the energy, this is the heat, this is whatever, and I can put the data in. But otherwise, we already have data sets on the background.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does the software deal with the data gaps and uncertainties in the LCA process?
So let's say now, for example, you do not have data on, let's say, yarn count. You don't know the data.
Yeah.
So you know what is the yarn count, but you don't know what is the spinning method.
Yeah.
So what we do is we, based on our expert knowledge, expert guess, sometimes when I don't know things, I ask Anton, and we substitute values in there. So when you have a yarn count which is 100 denier, it can never be ring spun yarn, because ring spun yarn can never be so fine. So we put in expert guesses there, and for the things that you leave blank and you don't know, for example, we mostly use, let's say you left the renewable energy blank, then it is going to consider the worst case, and the worst case there is no renewable energy is used. So we use worst cases, and on the background we have modeled this for each product. So if you put in a glove, it's different. If you put in t-shirt, it's different. That's what we have done. So it's based on secondary data and expert guess.
Okay. So the software assume the size of the glove or the size of the t-shirt, right, to calculate the number. Because last time you also asked me about the size of the glove.
Yeah, we do it. We report. So when you have a small size of glove, the product weight will be, let's say, 200 grams. And if you have a medium size of the glove, it cannot be, of course, 300 grams, but it will be 210 grams.
Yeah.
So we do ask for the product weight, and to calculate again for large size or XL size, it's easy from 1000 grams to bring it down to, let's say, 300 grams.
Okay, so it's related to the weight of the products.
Yes.
You didn't list it at like.
Tram, your voice is breaking. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me?